Let me say something that's going to annoy a lot of you. Most of you aren't losing deals because your product is bad. You're losing because you're selling the wrong problem. You talk about features, you explain the benefits, you answer objections, and the buyer still says, "Let me think about it." That's not hesitation. That's you failing to create urgency. You are failing to create value for him to make the decision. And here's why the average seller fails. They assume the customer already understands the problem. Well, let me tell you something. They don't. Humans don't act on problems. They act on consequences. If pain isn't expensive, scary, embarrassing enough, nothing changes. So sales isn't persuasion, it's reframing reality. Features are comforting for the seller because they don't require courage. Anyone can say, "We have better support, we're faster, we're premium." But buyers don't buy for features. They buy for less stress, less risk, less embarrassment, and more status or more control. If your pitch can be swapped with your competitors and still make sense, you're not selling, you're presenting. And experienced sellers don't ask, "Do you want this?" They ask, "What is this costing if you don't change?" So I want you guys to write this down. Value isn't what your product does, it's what happens if nothing changes. Let's say you sell CRM software. The average seller says, "Our CRM helps you track leads efficiently." But an experienced seller says, "Right now, how many leads fall through the cracks every month? And what does one lost client cost to you? Over 12 months, what's the damage?" Now, the CRM isn't software. It's all about preventing loss. And this, my friend, is called spin selling. And this was never about asking more silly questions. It's about asking decisive questions. So, when you ask the buyer, "What is your current process?" you get to know about the situation. When you ask, "When does your CRM break under pressure?" you get to know the problem. And then you ask, "When that happens, who suffers? You, your team, or your clients?" Then you get to know the implication. And then you finally drop the payoff question. If this problem continues for a month, will it affect your job as a CRM guy in the company? And before you say anything, this is not manipulation. This is the reality of how experienced salesmen close deals. And whether you like it or not, there are still 3 psychological forces that close deals. Number 1, loss aversion. People work harder to avoid losing $10 than they do to gain $100. Stop saying, "This will help you grow," and start saying, "Here's what you're losing every month if you don't use my product." Number 2, contrast. Before versus after is everything. Don't say, "Our service improves efficiency." Say, "Right now it takes you 14 days. After my product is set up, it will only take 48 hours. The product didn't change, their perception did." Number 3, status preservation. People don't fear failure, they fear looking foolish or not acting sooner. Ask, if your competitors fix this before you, what position does that put you in? And finally, this is the question that separates amateurs from masters. What does this problem cost you over the next 12 months? Once the buyer says the number out loud, you're no longer selling a product. You're selling a decision to stop their loss. So, Experienced sellers don't sell solutions. They sell who the buyer becomes after this decision. So I want you to note this down and put it on a poster in your room because you need to see this every day. You're not selling real estate, you're making someone an investor. You're not selling training courses, you're making someone a leader. And you're not selling marketing packages, you're making them more popular. So what do we all learn here? People protect their identity harder than they protect their money. If your deals keep stalling, stop explaining, stop convincing, and stop chasing approval. You need to start reframing the problem. Because the best salespeople don't close harder. They make not buying feel wrong, reckless, and irresponsible. If this video helped you in any way, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and comment below. What do you think is the biggest challenge in closing deals?